Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Anna and today I have this cake for you in two colors, as you can see, with wafers with cocoa powder and just simple white, and with the most delicious filling ever and so easy to make. I'm gonna start with a dough, for which I'm gonna need 150 grams of sour cream, and I'm using one with 24-25% fat, 150 grams of sugar, 150 grams of room temperature butter, 20 grams of cocoa powder, 350 grams of flour, a pinch of salt, and 10 grams of baking powder. I'm gonna start by mixing flour with sugar. I will of course add baking powder, salt, mix everything together, and now let's add sour cream. And I will also add butter. I put this in the microwave for a few seconds because I forgot to take it out from the fridge before I started filming. So just a few seconds in the microwave, soften it up a bit. And I'm gonna mix all of this together and I will make a dough out of it. I will try to mix as much as I can with a fork, but the best tools that we have are our own two hands. So either use the bowl and mix everything in the bowl, but on the table is the easiest way you can combine everything and knead everything until you will end up with a nice compact dough. Now separate the dough in two equal parts after you incorporated all the dry pieces, and in one of the parts add cocoa powder, and again knead the dough until you will incorporate all the cocoa powder. Well, might take a minute or two, but in the end you're gonna be able to do it. Use a scraper to gather the cocoa powder and continue to knead until your dough is nice and compact. And I will wrap the dough with cocoa powder in cling film. The same with the other half with white dough, and I'm gonna put this either fridge, either freezer for at least 30 minutes. Now I will split the cocoa powder dough in 3 equal parts, and each of these pieces I'm gonna stretch it out on a baking paper with a bit of flour, using the rolling pin, pretty thin. I will say like 5 millimeter thin, and using a metal frame with a diameter of 20 centimeter, cut the dough and remove the excess part. This way we are gonna have all the pieces of dough nice and even, and with a fork prick the dough and bake it now in the oven at 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit for about 7 to 10 minutes. And proceed the same way with the other two pieces with cocoa powder. So stretch the dough, cut it in a circle, remove the excess parts, prick it with a fork, and bake it in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. And the same way we're gonna do with the white dough. I'm just gonna split it in 3 equal parts, and each of these I'm gonna stretch it on baking paper with the help of some flour. Stretch it nicely and use the metal disc to cut a circle out of it. Use the fork to prick the dough and bake it in the oven. And we have 3 white disc and 3 with cocoa powder. Let them cool down and let's make the filling. And I'm really happy how these turn out to be. I'm gonna use 600 grams of sour cream with 32% fat, 150 grams of powdered sugar, and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And it's super easy. I had this sour cream in the fridge. I'm gonna place it now in the mixing bowl, and I will add powdered sugar over it. I'm gonna mix them a bit with a spatula because otherwise we're gonna end up in a sweet cloud. After this, I'm gonna start using the mixer on low speed in the beginning and increase after a minute or so, and we're gonna whisk these at high speed until becomes super fluffy. And as you can see, the whisk leave traces in. Add vanilla extract and give it 30 more seconds of high power whisk here. And this is the filling. Easy, and I'm telling you, super yummy. Let's assemble now the cake. I'm gonna start placing at the base of my cake one white disc. Cover it with sour cream filling in an even layer. Level the sour cream filling nicely with the spatula. And add on top of it disc with cocoa powder and so on. So one white sour cream, one with cocoa powder, sour cream filling, and so on until we finish them all. And I'm gonna have these in the fridge until the next day. And the next day I'm gonna remove the metal ring and this plastic foil that I had around the cake to keep it nice. And now it's set, and all those wafers are rehydrated, and the cake will be delicious. I'm gonna glaze it up, and I have this already made double color glaze from Dr. Oetker, and I melted that melt it up a bit in hot water and pour it over the cake. But if you don't have this, just melt some chocolate, 50 grams or 100 grams of chocolate. Melt it either in the microwave or either in water bath. Mix it with a bit of whipped cream or milk and pour it over your cake. I'm glazing up the cake and I'm gonna have it back in the fridge for about 10 minutes for the glaze to set, and after that it's ready to be served. It's a delicious cake and easy to make. As you can see, will take a bit of time to stretch each of those pieces of dough thinly and to bake them, but I'm telling you, it's worth every second of work for this cake, because your family and your loved ones will appreciate this cake. Looks really nice as well, and the taste is super yummy. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm gonna see you here next time with another recipe. Until then, find reasons to smile. Bye.